Okay, so I'm not going to do any screen sharing this time because apparently when I do that, things go wrong. So I'm going to have tabs pulled up and I will just read from them as a recap of yesterday. Something that I came across that is just, uh, um, hold on, make sure that I'm going to make sure that that turns off. Then I monitor stuff on my phone. I ain't got nobody on yet, but we're just gonna hang out for a bit here, see what we got. Holy cow! Hey, I know that guy. Holy cow! Okay, so I sent you my email address in a comment, and I have not received an email from you yet. I'm excited that you're on, dude, because that guy that's there right there, that red 003, that guy is the guy that got me to 50. Now I have a heck of a lot more energy. It's just like, I'm like, woo, that's the guy. Howdy. But anyway, back to what I was. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the support. Awesome. Just throwing out and um, no, you're good because I just started. All good, dude. No worries. I like literally just popped on a couple seconds ago. That's why I gave myself a 5 o'clock to 5:30 window because uh, I wanted to eat and I didn't want to mock one with my hair on fire. So it's all good. Um, but thank you very much for being awesome and getting me to 50. I'm actually up to 57 now, which is pretty flapping awesome. The one thing that I don't understand, and if you got any feedback, anybody out there that sees this that wants to leave a comment, what do you got to do to get to getting paid on YouTube? Like, what's the number? What's the magic number? That kind of thing. That's the next thing I'm looking up. Or what's the next benchmark I need to hit before I can do more cool stuff? So the big thing is I need to make overall posts. That's what I got to do to make money? Question mark. Sorry, it's like I was voice texting with my Dragon Dictate system. Oh, you get 1,000 subscribers and you can start to get paid. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It seems doable. I got a ways to go, but we're getting there. Woo! Anywho, so the one thing that I was trying to do on a live when my live didn't go well yesterday, I came across a conservative, or well, I'm just going to say a radio host that had a guest on there that wants to expand Mount Rushmore by one more. The group is called Mount Rushmore One More. Now they want to add Trump to that. Now I'm a in the middle conservative guy, straight up. There's some things that conservatives do get right, and there's some things they get wrong, and there's the same things that the Democrats get right, some things they get wrong. Just doesn't matter what party you are, Mount Rushmore doesn't need to be screwed with. Just doesn't. And I would love to hear what anybody else has to say on that. Just because the only way, I'll say the only way that you're going to fix anything is if we talk about it without screaming at each other. That happens quite a bit these days. of the whole screaming thing. Anyway, one of the things that I had on a video that helped me get to 50. I had to move my water out of the way. Sorry. Um, I had, as you know, I went to a card drop day for Best Buy here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I ain't gonna do that again. It just ain't gonna happen. Nope. Um, I did get. I wasn't one of those greedy guys. I only went for one box. Where did that box go? That box that I got was Prismatic Evolutions. It was easier to grab the book than it was the pamphlet. So on this Prismatic Evolutions, what I got, uh, first one. This is the one that I screamed at that I'm pretty pumped to go get graded, and that's why I'm being so careful with that now. Right now, from what I'm looking at, this itself is a $900 card. Let's go right camera angle. There we go. And then the other one that has some pretty good scratch to it is and also so that you know, person that got me to 50, my streams, unless something goes sideways, are normally going to be an hour benchmark is what I'm going to shoot for, and just to get my views up and get more people on, I'm going to try to do these daily. I'm not going to saturate with shorts because I don't want. I will send a short out in the morning of this is what I'm planning to sign on, but um, I'm not going to do the 4 o'clock thing because this gives people that want to see it live if you're at work, gives you a chance to get home and that stuff. So I'm making adjustments as I go. And the other card, and part of the reason that I was excited about this one is because the alternative art cards right now that they have are just epic. So that card is valued at that Umbreon is at $900 raw, and graded it's higher, but you don't know. You never make any assumptions as to what you think the grade's going to be. That's a bad idea. So the grade of that other card, what? Sorry, something went off and it was weird. Huh? Okay, no, I didn't. That's not. Sorry for the freak out there. I had a really weird thing pop up on my PayPal, and I thought that I had received something, and that was not the case. The other one, and the easiest way to use this information is go to the collect. You can go to a website on this thing, but it just acts funny. So what I use is the Collect R app. Is what I use. So you got the word collect and then R and the app. And you can, the gnarly thing about this, and the reason I'm not sharing my screen, even though I want to, is the last time I shared my screen, my stream went, and I don't want that. So on the Collect R app, you can search everything ranging from Magic to Yu-Gi-Oh to Lorcana. I've got some Lorcana cards. I've got some reasonable heavy hitters there, but as you know, we're moving in the 1st of July, so it's just all the stuff I've got stashed away. You got One Piece. I don't know anything about that. I do know about Dragon Ball the cartoon, but I didn't know that they had a card. And they have another set of Dragon Ball now. And then man, this makes they have Digimon cards. Now that's old school. I don't care who you are. That's just old school. And then I haven't clicked on this one yet because I'm scared to because I myself am a Star Wars nut, and there's a Star Wars collecting card thing, and I don't want to get into that because I might get some cards that I think are cool, and I don't want to get rid of them. That's kind of what I ran into with the Magic Jurassic Park cards I've got. Uh, some of the, I mean, some of those are like wicked, and I'm like, I don't want to trade those off. Let me see if I can find those. I don't remember where those are at. It's Pokemon. Oops. So the people that are on here, oh, there we go. Let's go this way. What is I appreciate your support. What is your favorite kind of trading card game or video game, for that matter, that you were into? That you, as a child, you might have spent a lot of money on Pokemon cards, or did you have a favorite? This is directed at you, Red03. Okay, but what's the best sports card you've ever had, or that you have in your possession? Ah, so are you into the new Pokemon, or are you into the throwback? Like when I say throwback, I'm talking base set, one or two, fossil, like Charizard, uh, Venusaur, Blastoise. Like, what's your oh? Do you have Michael Jordan rookie anywhere? Ah, nice. Yeah. Well, uh, you got me to 50, but I can't gift you that one. But I am going to gift you a graded card that is going to be a PSA 10 once I get your address, because you got me to 50. And because that's what I said I was going to do in every one of my posts up to that point, or that point of 50, was the person that got me to 50. You're going to get free stuff. And then once I get myself situated for cards and whatnot, I'd like to give away more free stuff, because my overall goal is to get on. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but there's a live streaming auction website called Drip. That's my end goal. But you have to have an established social media following before they'll let you go live on Drip. So I've got a little bit of a journey ahead of me. I forgot the word. So man, we'll go this way. Come on, other card. Yeah, open. It's open sesame. This is my first Magic gathering. It's one of the rare Malcolm cards, you know, must go faster, must go faster, must go much, much faster. That guy. But when I get this thing graded, to be honest, I'm not gonna sell it just because I'm like, ooh, shiny. Um, but the other card that I want to get out of the Magic the Gathering Jurassic Park set, and like I said, they have a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff on Magic, is I want to get the Indominus Rex, which would be flapping epic. I'm gonna try something here. Oh, let's see. So these are the sets that I want sets, not the. And like I said, I'm not getting on my phone to talk to people because I'm terrified to do screen sharing. I'm pulling stuff up on my phone so then I can talk about it. The other thing is the newest set that they've got on Magic is Final Fantasy. Now, that overall is a fun game to watch, but with my cerebral palsy, I don't have the finger dexterity or finger speed for that. But they've got some cool cards on there that are looking pretty gnarly. They have an Assassin's Creed set that would be fun to get into, but like I said, I'm trying to do the card broker thing, so I'm limiting myself on the awesomeness. And once I get settled into the new address, I want to send off those Pokemon cards to get graded, and that the Charizard that I've got, that thing scares me, and not in a bad way, in a good way, because I'm terrified what that card might come back as, because the amount of stuff that I've learned in the card grading adventure here is obviously conditions matter, but you got stuff you got to watch for that I didn't know about until it was too late. That's why my first card that I got graded, and then I kind of got burned on, but I ended up coming out okay, was a Dark Blastoise. Now that came back as a 6. That means it's pretty okay, but it's not factory settings. But that in itself was $300. But like I said, it was a learning experience. And the other part of my business that I do, and I'm not there yet right now because these things are kind of harder to come by, and I'm not in a position where I can do that yet, is I buy new entertainment consoles such as PlayStations, Wii's. I'm focusing on Wii's right now, so I would go buy a Wii and run it on Facebook Marketplace. Or sorry, my fiance wife just corrected me. Sorry, a Switch. So it'd be a Switch 2. Freudian slip. Sorry. So I'd go buy a Switch 2. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2. You know, the bat stuff, crazy stuff that they've been talking about. Or are you not a Nintendo guy? But anyway, I would go buy a gaming system. We'll say that. Go buy a gaming system, brand new from Best Buy, Walmart, whatever. Then I would post it on Facebook Marketplace, not to sell it for cash, but you trade it for cards. Is what my overall end goal here is. And because with me and my fiance, the hard lessons that we've had to learn, if you've got a disability, it's tough getting a job even when you're qualified. And I've got 6.5 years of customer service, and I'm still having a hell of a time getting. And my fiance wife is a nationally certified in masseuse stuff, and she still got jacked around. So yeah, it's if you got a disability, getting a job is tough. So it's you just gotta find ways to adapt and overcome, as cliche as it sounds. And it's maddening because these people that are out there that say people don't want to work, we want to work. I apologize that we need a little bit of an accommodation, but we want to work, and they don't want to admit that there's people out there that they don't want to work with. So they just want to hide behind the statement of people don't want to work. Well, they don't want to help us succeed, I guess, is the rabbit hole I'm going to go down. Where did I put Malcolm? Okay, I put Malcolm back. I was checking to see if I had another. Hang on. I'm looking for something specific. But yeah, my end goal and what I like doing, and I've done it a few times, is to trade for raw Pokemon cards or raw trading game cards if I can make it work. I have it locked up right now, but I also have a one ring to rule them all. So Lord of the Rings has a magic set, which is flapping pretty spectacular. But when I send that card off, I'm going to keep that one unless somebody offers me some pretty hefty stuff. So Red03, are you a gamer, like system gamer, or are you a computer gamer? What do you like to do, boss? Looks like we're still good. I'm going to see what he says here. Thank you, honey. The other person that's in my stream right now is my wife, because she's awesome. We're Nintendo's. She's got a Super Nintendo, and she had an original Nintendo, like the old school thing. Red03, you were still with us? No. I'm. Ah, there you go. I'm not very good at first person shooters. My you'll get a kick out of this one. So on those first person shooter things with good stories on them, I've tried playing them. Not very good at them, but my favorite one to watch is oh, dude, be careful. I mean, I appreciate the support, but I don't need one of my supporters having a car accident. So just be careful. That would suck. But the video game called The Last of Us, I tried playing that game, and I can't just because the zombies are too fast and I'm too slow. But what one of my best friends from high school was patient enough to do was whenever he would play that game, because it was just a great storyline. He whenever he got to a new part, he would come get me because and he would bring me over to his apartment so that I could watch, and that's how I got. Yeah, that's about the only way I participate in first-person shooter games. Yeah, yeah, nice. Yes, that is my wifey. Oh boy. So, Red03, where are you out of, boss? I'm in Nebraska. We'll just give him a minute here. Oh, what the hell is this? No, I'm not going to buy anything off eBay. Quit it. Well, not right now. They're trying to tell eBay's trying to tell me to buy stuff. So's Drip. What the hell is this? Holy cow! I have an international fan. Sweet. Ha! Uh-oh, wait. I'm a Vikings fan, so I think your friend from Wisconsin might hate me. That's cool. So my first fan that oh boy. Ah, no. Oh dear. Cancel. Don't do anything stupid, internet. Everybody still with me? Yeah, we're still good. Huh? Ooh, that was scary. I about hung it up on everybody. And that wasn't even me trying anything new. It was just me being stupid with my mouse. Nice. Oh, well, I didn't know that. You know, the big thing about the Vikings, and I've been saying this for quite some time, and my fiance wifey can attest to that, is when Minnesota signed Kirk Cousins, I was madder than hell. I let Facebook have it that day. I said he was an $84 million mistake, and everybody was like, "Oh, give him a chance, give him a chance." And when that able-bodied gooberhead, that's what I'd call able-bodied people that aren't the brightest crowns in the box. When that able-bodied gooberhead started playing football and I started being right, I was like, and all the able-bodied folks out there just told me to shut up. Yeah, I'm like, but, so was I right or what? And then, yeah, Russell, shut up. But it was great. Minnesota's gotten rid of Kirk Cousins. They got a guy whose legs work way better than mine right now, which is great. And I'm hoping for great things this season. Let's see what happens. I can also, to an extent, I can get behind the Chiefs too, just because Patrick Mahomes' legs also work way better than mine, and so does Travis Kelce's. Plus, that guy is built like a tank, and he's scary. I'm not really a baseball guy. I will sometimes catch the NBA finals, just the finals. I won't watch anything but the finals. Ha! Boy, you guys got some pretty heavy hitter positions there. You need a quarterback, well, you probably got some big eaters. So I'm betting if you guys tried, you could get some linemen from that neck of the woods too. Get yourself a full 11 man at least, or at least one side of the ball, and just be like raw, go break things, or push people way straight ahead. Who's your favorite football player overall? Nice. Hey, I can get behind Joe Burrow. You know, interesting thing is if Nebraska wouldn't had its head up its gluteus maximus, Joe Burrow's grandpa lived 20 miles away from where I grew up, and Joe Burrows tried to come to the Cornhuskers, but the head coach at the time didn't want him. I didn't even want him to walk on. So imagine how different the college football landscape would have looked if Joe Burrows would have come to Nebraska/Cornhusker State. But the head coach at the time, and I was a Scott Frost fan. Scott Frost had his head up his hind end too far and wouldn't even let Joe Burrows walk on. As big, I would say that was the biggest mistake of his career. And I was ecstatic for Frost when they brought him on, and then that guy wheels came off his wagon, and I kind of feel sorry for him, even though his legs work better than mine. Sorry, I'm going to throw that out there a lot, but it would have been pretty wicked if Joe Burrows would have come to Nebraska. But with the guy we got on there now, he's just got to get a little bit more experience to him, and our defense has got to tighten up a little bit. And I think Nebraska does have the capability of getting to where they are back in the day, which would be fracking great. And I mean, don't get me wrong, football is now fun to watch again, but it'll be more fun to watch once we start winning more. What do you think about the who's this bucket? Rodgers going to the Jets. I couldn't think of his name, or not the Jets. Where did he go? Pittsburgh. Sorry. That old man needs to stop playing football. He's kind of to that point. He's trying to be Favre, and it ain't gonna work. And yeah, I think Rodgers needs to go bye-bye. He needs to retire while he still can, while his legs still work better than mine. Because if he keeps it up, it's not gonna happen. I'd imagine his knees are almost pretty close to shot. And if Burrows doesn't learn to slide, he's going to get in trouble. How would I do that? I don't even know how to do that. Don't you have to request, or, I mean, you can't just drop in on somebody. Because I don't think that would be very nice. How would you do that? Because that is an intriguing thought. Because they're... oh, yeah. There's a couple that I've subscribed to. Some other disabled that are a whole lot more heavy hitters than I am. I mean, I just hit 50. You got a guy by the name of Andrew that has a whole lot more followers than I do. And then you got Molly Burke, who is a blind streamer that has a whole bunch of followers. But I don't know if they, well, I know Andrew goes live a lot, but he really doesn't have a set schedule. That's why one of the things that I'm going to shoot for is to, yeah, that guy. He's that guy. I subscribe to that guy, but I didn't know that I could go live when he goes live and like try to link things together. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, that's something I'll have to look into. This is, like I said, this has been a learning experience. Just I got my first benchmark of awesome, woo, of getting to 50, and now I can do this. That was I was going to show you another card here. So the prismatic evolutions that I did get, where'd it go? Purple monkey dishwasher. Oh, nice. So some of the other cards that I pulled out of the prismatic evolutions. Yeah, where's the other? Where'd it go? Yeah, here he is. Uh, this one also is, it's the EV promo card, but if you get it graded and it comes back in good with a good grade, it's also going to be worth some scratch. I got it out of that Prismatic Evolution EV box. That one, if I get it graded, a couple $100. Oh, and if I'm actually wanting to share, uh, you know what? I appreciate that. Like I said, you're gonna get some stuff, and it might take me a little bit. Once you send me your address, since I'm gonna be shipping your card to the Philippines, you're gonna have to give me a little bit, but it'll be coming once I get things squared away. Um, um, man, I totally lost my train of thought. Um, oh, because I don't like quite understand the grading paperwork that you fill out. The spot that I go send my cards to, like you have to send your cards in a box with a list of what your inventory is that you're sending to get graded. I send that to nashcards.com. All right, I will copy and paste and I will save it. And once we get settled into, oh, hey, that'll work. That, you know what? If you give me that Wisconsin address, I can make that work. That will not be a problem. That would actually, because I'm not sure what international shipping would cost. That'd be great. Oh yeah. Hey, I'm just glad that part of my uh, subscriber base is international. Sweet. I just think that's cool. I'm already crossing oceans and I'm only at 50. um, but you send your cards to. Holy cow! So, if I would like send you just like one card, not like a box of cards, but just one card, and cost about 20 to $35. Wow, that's insane. Yeah, my fiance wife's a whole lot more organized than I am, and she's helped me get organized. So once we get settled in our new address, I will get that to where you're at. And when you email me your address, or since it's uh, just us on the thing right now, even though this is going to get posted later, if it doesn't bother you, you can give me your address now. Yep, that's the plan. Well, you're going to get it sent to you in a bubble envelope, just because I'm when we send fragile stuff, we make sure we send it solid so it stays safe, doesn't get hurt, and you get something in good condition. Because I want to get good at this. I want to have a good customer base or subscriber base, and I want to keep everybody happy. So we'll get it to you, and it'll be solid, it'll be safe, and it'll be good shape. Oh, I can't. How? Really? Hold on. I'm gonna try something here. Can I click on him? Oh, hey. Right. Huh. I pin a message. Let's see what this does. I'm gonna see if I can send you a direct message. Red 03. So hang on for just a second. Oh, nope, that doesn't work. Unpin. Oh dear. Okay. Undo. Let's see what we can try here. Trial and error. Pin message. Remove. Ha! That's funny. No, I'm not going to add a moderator. Channel activity. Go to channel. Okay. There is no direct thingy I can send to you. But, yep. I gave you my email address, so if you could just send me your address to that email I gave you, then we'll get you squared away. So you said you were driving. Are you heading home from work, or what are you doing right now? Or did I talk long enough that you're home now? Oop, ouch. There's that. Driving home. So how long of a commute do you have from work? Well, work is where I think you're coming from. Correct me if I'm wrong. Whoa. Oh, my laptop tried to get a mind of its own. I'm going to take a drink of my water. Yeah. I'm funny. Holy cow. Yeehaw. Well, not yeehaw. Oh, yeah. Bummer. Yeah, that would not be not fun. Okay. See. Oh. So you said Espeon was one of your favorite Pokemon, and I mean, are you pretty select on your Pokemon, or do you have other favorites that you're like, ooh, that are your favorite? Oh man, traffic not. People don't know how to drive. Period these days. Like the living here in Lincoln, Nebraska, with some of just traffic we've got to deal with. It's like, oh, we're gonna die. We might die. And that's why the running joke that we have for any Lyft drivers that we have, if we're ever in an accident and it's the other guy's fault, I'm going to start screaming, I can't feel my legs. And Denise is going to, my fiance is going to start screaming, I can't see. Because we're both disabled. And I slipped up there. I won't do it again. I'm going to have to put a sticky note on my laptop, but don't do that. Ugh. And I just got a text message that somebody wants me to call them after the stream and talk to me about my resume, honey. Sweet. I don't know what the job's for, but we'll have to see. That's a good thing. But yeah, my plan overall to I don't know. Oh, nice. Yeah, the White Rose Designs that's her Etsy shop, and if you ever got anything that you want to buy from there, just set up a Etsy account, and it's Etsy is a lot like YouTube, sort of. The more sales she has on there, the better. Drive up her numbers. Oh man, yeah. I know. Ooh, I do have it. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. So when I met my wife, she shortly after we started dating, she made me something. And this thing ended up turning into a good luck charm because the job that I had when I met her is I was a call center customer service representative that you called and screamed at when your Capital One card didn't work. That was me. Anyway, so when I wore this chainmail bracelet or chainmail necklace, when I wore that, I didn't have any screamers. Anytime I didn't wear that, I got yelled at. So that's when I turned into superstitious. But it is a 20-inch stainless steel chainmail necklace that she made for me, which is pretty badass. You're damn right, Lucky Charm, man. But like one of the times I didn't wear this thing, they threatened to shoot me. I'm not kidding. Like I had a guy that said he was going to track me down in Lincoln, Nebraska, and shoot me with his 38. Well, yeah, but yeah, but he said he was going to track me down and shoot me with his 38. And it was just like, huh. But when I started that job at Capital One, I had that for 6.5 years. When I started that gig, that's when I realized how not very smart sometimes the human race could be. There was some dumb stuff that I had to explain. Like there was a guy that I had to explain to him how interest on a credit card worked, or the amount of times that I had to explain that it wasn't free money and you got to pay that back. They were in shock. Or the other thing that I had to happen, they were shocked that they had a credit limit. Well, I thought I could put anything on here. And no, so I had to explain that too. It was like, there's just some weird stuff with that job of people that don't know how to read or don't want to read. It's just like, come on, fellas, let's think this through just a little bit. So what do you do for a living, Red 03? Put this back in my man bag so I don't lose it. Yep, I'm watching the timer. Oh, so are you one of those guys that like gets to drive the little package cart things that look like a train? Are you one of those guys? Yeah, or are you or TSA guy? Put this back in the thing. Nice. There you go. I'd imagine you still had some crazy stuff with your job, though. Even on a supervisor. Actually, your job might have been extra crazy. Because, yeah. See, the thing I had going for me with my customer service jobs, all my stuff was over the phone. I don't know how I'd handle the face-to-face stuff. That would be a wee bit more stressful. I'll tell you what for sure though, that when COVID got going, and I had my job that I had with uh, Capital One, that work from home thing was a weird thing to get used to. That was weird as all get out. And then it was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Have you ever had any crazy passengers like throw their purse at you or something, or having to deal with Karens directly that wanted to think they could beat you up? Anything like that? Or the big question: have you got to taser anybody? That's the question I've got for you. So you've actually got to taser people? That's cool. I realize that makes me sound evil and sadistic, but that would be that'd be a excellent problem solver. Oh, be quiet. Ah, yeah, I bet you got some stories. Woo! I only had well, I had two stints with this organization. I had one stint when it was Cabela's Visa, so when it was a standalone company. Then I went off and went elsewhere, and I had to come back because things just kind of went sideways. And then I was there when I was there for the changeover to Capital One. So I haven't had a 15-year run. I was on the volunteer fire department from 2003 to 2015. Now, with my walker here, obviously I didn't go out on calls, but in the small town that I grew up, farmers don't like computers, so that's why they called me up as I did the federal and state paperwork for the volunteer fire department for the town that I grew up in, from 2003 to 2015. So that was kind of fun, but the only time that was really stressful was when we got audited. That's when I was as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But other than that, it was a heck of a place to turn 21. That's for sure. In a volunteer fire department. Oof. And I only ever got to go out on 2 fire calls because I was already riding in the trucks for other reasons, and they didn't have time to get me out of the truck, so I actually got to go to the fire call, which was pretty epic. Except on one of them that was a grass fire, and I had to help by sitting in the passenger side window of a fire truck, spraying water out the window and helping fight the fire. That was kind of terrifying, but it was awesome at the same time. And when I got home, I had to strip down to my boxers before I could even get in the house because I was covered in black, and my parents met me at the door and just went, "No, you're not getting." So I had to strip down to my skivvies before they could even let me in the house. But that was fun that day. That was pretty cool. So did you live in the Philippines all your life then? We'll give me a chance to answer. I'm gonna drink my stuff. So what are all the states you've been to, boss? Wowzers. Haha. Nice. Nope. Haven't been to. Nope. Not. Yeah. The I've let's see. Where have I've been to Alabama, the Missouri, uh, Chicago. That was an adventure. Cause yeah, that was just an adventure. I forgot where my brain was going. Oh, I went to. Uh, we ended up going to O'Hare with my fiance because she had to go to a doctor's appointment thingy in Iowa. So, funny thing that happened while we were in Chicago is we were at our gate. Uh, oh, dude, that that'd be epic. That would be pretty epic. Um, when we were in O'Hare, uh, the first funny thing was is there was a flight of uh, nuns and priests. So the priest came through first, and they were walking in a V formation, and like the flying the ducks off the Mighty Ducks, flying V, and that made me laugh when I saw the priest doing that, the Catholic priest, and then a few steps behind him, you saw a group of nuns walking in the same exact formation, and I kind of just lost my mind because the first thing that popped in my head was Flight of the Valkyries, da 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 da, and I just lost it. I was useless. And then while we were at our gate waiting to go home, there was a flight that was running behind when we were at O'Hare while we were waiting at our gate, and people were just running out of that gate, Mach 1 with their hair on fire. And there were some unhappy people out of there, and there was a kid that was on a run and his dad was not very far behind him, and his exact quote was, "Dad, this is just like Home Alone." And the dad's response was, "Yes, I know that, son. Don't stop running." And it broke me. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. It was great, but it was awesome. So the first to my first time flying commercially, even though it was a massive fear of mine, my wifey helped me get over that, and we didn't die. Woohoo! But I'd do it all over again. But the funny thing out of that whole thing was just the kid going, "Dad, this is just like Home Alone. Yes, don't stop running." And I was totally useless, but it was great. O'Hare is kind of crazy though. That's crazy going out the airport. But we got lucky every time that every time we had to use a gate, it was within reasonable spitting distance of a bathroom, so you didn't have to walk a mile and a half. And when I say a mile and a half, I'm not kidding, because some of that stuff, it was a ways. I had to walk a long ways to get to McDonald's fries. Holy cow, that was insane that day. But we got food, so that's what mattered. Woo! Um, I got a couple minutes left yet here, but dude, I want to thank you very much for your support. It's been fun reading what you've been typing and actually, for lack of a better term, having a conversation with you. I hope you had fun too. Like I said, email me at the. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. Just a second, because are you? I'm gonna post my email address to you again, and I'm gonna do it in this thing. And then if you could send me your I want to make sure I didn't mess that up. Hang on. Give me just a second, boss. Don't hang up yet. Ah, shit. Hang on. That's me. So if you could send an email address and just to verify it's you, if you could send me a picture of your or a screenshot of your user page, because I want to make sure that you get it and not some able-bodied gooberhead steal your thunder here. And then we'll trade addresses from there, and then I'll get that stuff on its way to you as soon as I can. And when I get that on its way to you, with that email address that you're going to be giving me, I will also send you a tracking number. All right? Sound good? Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. You have a good night. And my plan tomorrow, and I'll do a short in the morning to just keep everybody apprised. I'm going to plan on getting on at 5:30 tomorrow, and just to give everybody at least a chance to start getting home or to get home, because I did it too early last time. So it'll be 5:30 tomorrow Central Standard Time. You have a good night and a safe night, and have a good day at work tomorrow, boss. Bye.